What is the actual reason most people never build the app idea sitting in their Notes app right now? None of those reasons hold up anymore. Not one of them. Vibe coding became Collins Dictionary's word of the year in 2025. By 2026, it is no longer a novelty. It is how millions of people build software, describing what they want in plain English and watching AI write, test, and deploy the code. The market for this category of tools hit $4.7 billion in 2026, and 63% of the people using these tools are not developers. They have never written a line of code in their lives. They describe an idea, and a working application appears. This changes who can build a business around software, and it opens three distinct paths that did not exist 3 years ago. Building a personal tool, building a product to sell, and building apps as a paid service for other people. The mechanism behind vibe coding is straightforward. Large language models trained extensively on code can translate a plain language description into functional software. The user types a sentence like, "Build me an app where users can track their daily water intake and see a weekly chart." And the AI generates the interface, the underlying logic, the database structure, and deploys a working version, often within minutes. The tools fall into two categories, and the distinction matters enormously for someone with zero coding background. The first category is full app builders designed for non-technical users. Lovable, Bolt.new, and Replit lead this category. These platforms are built specifically for people who describe what they want in natural language and never need to open a line of code. Lovable produces the most polished visual output of the group and is generally considered the easiest entry point. A working app with a login screen, dashboard, and database typically appears within 3 to 5 minutes of a clear description. Replit operates as a complete cloud environment, and data from the platform shows that 75% of its users never write traditional code at all. They describe what they want, and the built-in AI agent builds it. The second category is AI-powered code editors built for people who already know how to program. Cursor, Windsurf, and Claude Code. These accelerate an experienced developer's workflow significantly, but assume programming knowledge. A complete beginner attempting to use them directly will hit a wall quickly. They enhance existing skill rather than replace the need for it. For someone starting with zero technical background, the realistic and tested workflow is this. Combine a conversational AI assistant like ChatGPT or Claude to plan, structure, and refine the idea before touching any building tool, and then use a no-code full app builder like Lovable or Replit to actually construct the application. The planning phase matters more than most beginners assume. A vague prompt produces a vague app. Before opening any building tool, the idea should be developed into a clear specification using a conversational AI assistant. What does the app do? Who is it for? What are the core 3 to 5 features it absolutely needs? And what does the user see on the very first screen? Spending 30 minutes refining this specification in a conversation with ChatGPT or Claude before opening a building tool consistently produces a more usable result than typing a one-sentence idea directly into Lovable or Bolt.new. Once the specification is clear, building the first version takes a single afternoon for a simple application. Lovable's free tier allows several builds per day, enough to test the workflow before paying anything. The process is iterative. Describe the app, review what gets built, describe the changes needed, and repeat. A functional first version of a simple tool, a habit tracker, a budgeting app, a simple booking system, a basic community forum, typically takes between 1 and 4 hours of iteration from an experienced prompter and considerably longer for a first-time user still learning how to describe changes effectively. The first path is building a personal tool, software built to solve one specific problem for the person building it with no intention of selling it. This is the lowest stakes entry point and the best place to learn the workflow without financial pressure. A personal budget tracker, a custom habit system, an internal tool for organizing a side hustle, or a simple dashboard pulling together information from multiple sources are all realistic weekend projects. The value here is not income. It is becoming fluent enough with the tools and the prompting process to move to the second or third path with confidence. The second path is building a micro-SaaS, a small, focused software product sold as a subscription to a specific audience with a specific need. This path has produced real, documented results. Lovable itself reached $300 million in annual recurring revenue within roughly a year of widespread adoption. Proof the underlying tools are capable of producing genuinely valuable software, not just demos. For an individual builder, the realistic version of this path looks different from a venture-backed company, but the principle is the same. Identify a narrow, specific problem that a defined group of people would pay a small monthly fee to solve, and build the simplest possible version that solves it. A tool that helps freelancers track invoices and send automatic payment reminders. A tool that helps small gyms manage class bookings. A tool that helps newsletter writers track subscriber engagement across multiple platforms. These are narrow enough to build with a no-code tool in days, not months, and narrow enough that the few hundred or few thousand potential customers can be reached through direct outreach rather than expensive marketing. The realistic timeline from idea to a working paid product is 4 to 8 weeks for someone using the ChatGPT Lovable workflow consistently, covering the planning phase, multiple build iterations, basic testing, setting up payment processing through Stripe, and finding the first handful of paying users through direct outreach in relevant online communities. Pricing for a narrow micro-SaaS targeting individuals or small businesses typically ranges between $9 and $49 per month. 10 paying customers at $29 per month is $290 in monthly recurring revenue from a tool built without writing a single line of code manually. The third path is building apps as a paid service for other people, functioning as a no-code developer for hire. This path has the fastest route to income of the three because it does not require finding product-market fit. It requires finding someone who already has an idea and no way to build it. Small businesses, solo entrepreneurs, and content creators frequently have a specific internal tool they need. A custom booking system, a simple client portal, an internal inventory tracker, but lack the budget for a traditional custom development team, where quotes typically start in the thousands of dollars and take months. A builder using Lovable or Replit can deliver a simple, functional version of that same tool in days rather than months, at a fraction of traditional development cost, while still charging a meaningful fee for the work. Pricing for this kind of project ranges from £300 to $500 for a very simple single-purpose tool, up to $1,500 to $5,000 for a more complete application with multiple features, user accounts, and payment processing. The builder's actual time investment using AI-assisted no-code tools is a fraction of what traditional custom development would require, meaning the effective hourly rate on these projects is significantly higher than most freelance services that take the same calendar time to deliver. Finding the first client follows the same logic as any other freelance service, identifying businesses or individuals who have expressed a need for a custom tool in online communities, in direct outreach, or among existing personal or professional contacts, and proposing a scoped, fixed-price project with a clear deliverable and timeline. One universal caution across all three paths: pricing on Lovable, Bolt.new, and Replit is largely credit-based rather than flat monthly fees. Complex builds and multiple iterations consume credits quickly, and costs can escalate beyond the advertised entry-level price. Starting with the cheapest tier and testing on a small project first prevents the most common beginner mistake: building something ambitious before understanding what it actually costs. Vibe coding does not require becoming a developer. It requires becoming a clear thinker about what needs to be built and a competent operator of tools that have only existed in their current form for the last 2 years. The barrier that used to separate people with ideas from people who could execute them has not disappeared entirely, but it has dropped low enough that for the first time, having the idea and having the technical team are no longer the same requirement. Drop a comment with the type of app or tool being considered for a first build. The next video walks through the exact prompt structure and step-by-step process for building and launching that first project from start to finish.